Hello, welcome back to CinemaBurger, where I bring you movie reviews from a different perspective. Today we're here to talk about the prequel movie for The Sopranos, The Many Saints of Newark. Written by David Chase, who wrote the show, and Lawrence Connor, who wrote such things as Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, Mighty Joe Young, Sorcerer's Apprentice, the 2001 Planet of the Apes. It is directed by Alan Taylor, who directed Thor the Dark World and Terminator Genesis, and it stars Alessandro Nivola, Leslie Odom Jr., John Bernthal, Vera Farmiga, Corey Stoll, and of course Michael Gandolfini playing a younger Tony Soprano, who was originally played by the late James Gandolfini. And of course Ray Liotta playing two characters, actually. So, The Many Saints of Newark takes place in 1970s New Jersey, or in the 60s as well, with the end of the Vietnam War and like race riots. It involves Alessandro, who plays Dickie Moltisanti. Now, let me start off by saying I've never actually watched The Sopranos. I plan on watching the show after I've seen the movie now. So I have really nothing to compare it to, nothing, like no expectations, so as I'm going to judge this as a movie, of course. I know, of course, I've seen clips of James Gandolfini in The Sopranos and bits and pieces here or there, but coming into this with fresh eyes. So it's about Dickie Moltisanti, who is basically an uncle to Tony Soprano. And Tony Soprano's parents are played by Vera Farmiga and John Bernthal, and it's about Moltisanti kind of accidentally killing his father and taking over like the crime family and stuff. And it shows where Tony Soprano got his mob roots, I guess, and it set up famous relationships that would dictate the show, some of them. So, first of all, as a movie, I thought it was fine. It's a decent mafia movie. It's good acting. Michael Gandolfini having, I think this is like his first role. Like, it feels like a real person. It doesn't feel like an actor, I guess. I don't know. But he's doing pretty good, and he looks just like his father. Alessandro is pretty good. I've seen him in a couple of other things. Ray Liotta is good as two characters. He plays Dickie Moltisanti's father and uncle, they were twins. But interesting enough, Vera Farmiga plays like a New Jersey type character with this thick accent. Like, this is a step outside her typecast, I think, and it was very refreshing. Because she's usually like this quiet, like, retained character. Like, she's always has a clear head and stuff, and this time she's like loud, she has outbursts and cursing, and I'm like, I loved her character. Leslie Odom Jr. was pretty good. Like I said, I'm not going to compare it to the show because I haven't seen the show. I thought it was a nice, like, start to the series. The movie ends with playing the classic music from the intro of the TV show, and I'm excited to watch the show now, actually. Oh yeah, so Dickie Moltisanti, who is of course the uncle character to young Tony Soprano, he like cherishes his relationship with him, but his uncle, played by Ray Liotta, gives him advice like, you want to do right by this kid, like stay out of his life. So you see the conflict that he deals with, and you also see Tony Soprano like get a little resentful, and because Dickie Moltisanti kind of had him do a couple of like mafia related things, nothing serious, but because they say that Tony Soprano is a high IQ, he just doesn't apply himself, and you can see that relationship very well. So I'd give The Many Saints of Newark I think a 2.5, 3 out of 5 burgers, because as a movie it was enjoyable. Great performances from Alessandro Nivolo, Ray Liotta, Vera Farmiga, and Michael Gandolfini. Um, yeah, check it out. It's playing in theaters and on HBO Max. I don't know how it compares to in terms of the show, like I said, but if you haven't seen the show like me and now want to get into it, I feel like this really doesn't spoil anything for future things because it's a prequel. So, yeah, check it out. I'm Scott Berger, and I'll see you next time.